Here are my top 10 Vacation franchise moments. So these are the moments that I like the most in the Vacation franchise. And number 10 is the car chase from Vacation 2015. Rusty and his family are in the car, and the truck driver is chasing after them. This is when we don't know who the truck driver is. The bumper falls off when they press the rabbit button. The chair starts spinning around. The driver's seat spins around. The car rolls over. The navigation yells to end that sequence all off. So it's like action-packed and then also funny. We're getting to see the weird mechanics of the car and why it has those. We don't know, but it's just hilarious. So it's a really cool action-packed scene. That's funny. Number 9 is Clark sledding from Christmas Vacation. This is just a pretty fun sequence. Clark lubes up his sled or something and then goes down the sledding hill and goes super fast. It's really funny. And it's just a fun moment in Christmas Vacation. Number 8 is Clark dancing with the Germans from European Vacation. So Clark is chosen to dance with the Germans in Germany, and he's dressed up in their attire, and then he starts dancing, and then one guy hits him, Clark hits him back, and then just an all-out fight starts, and it's just really funny. Clark has no idea what he's doing, and then he just kind of inadvertently starts a fight. So I thought it was pretty funny. That is the best moment in European Vacation. Number 7 is the 4 state officers arguing from Vacation 2015. This whole thing was just hilarious. The 4 state officers, they're gonna arrest people for public indecency, and then they just start insulting each other by their culture, and it's just hilarious. And it's just so dumb with the stuff that they argue about, but they all have, all 4 of them, go to the ground, putting their guns on the ground for each other. So it's just a hilarious argument. Number 6 is Clark plays kid games in Vegas Vacation. This is the funniest part of Vegas Vacation, the best moment in Vegas Vacation. This comes after Clark has been losing everything at regular casino games. So Clark starts to play kid games while he's gambling. So he plays rock, paper, scissors, and other stuff. I don't remember what the other games were, but I know rock, paper, scissors was one of them. And so so it's just a hilarious way to do gambling. It's a kid version of gambling in Vegas, and and Clark is an adult, so it's just hilarious. Number 5 is Clark's rant in the car from the original Vacation. So this is when the family has had it. They're sick of this trip. And then Clark just goes on a rant, like he always does, almost always does in these movies. And he's just yelling at the family, and he says, "Praise Marty Moose!" And you can tell he's just gone crazy. Not completely crazy yet, but he's getting there. So, it's just a hilarious rant in the movie and in the franchise. Number 4 is figuring out the Christmas lights in Christmas Vacation. So this is the best moment in Christmas Vacation. Clark is trying to figure out the Christmas lights because he's trying to make a perfect Christmas for everyone. And he's trying to figure it out, but like there's a switch that somebody turns on and off. And he has no idea why the lights keep going on and off. But eventually the light switch gets turned back on. He plugs the lights back in, and they finally glow up the entire house. So it's very hilarious having them try to figure this out without them like actually figuring it out. And then it's just a great moment of it feels like a victory for Clark Griswold. He finally figured out the Christmas lights. So it's a very cool moment in Christmas Vacation. Number 3 is James stands up to Kevin. This is from Vacation 2015. And so James is the older brother. He's being bullied by his younger brother for the entire movie. And then James finally is not going to take any more of this. So he bullies Kevin in the only way that he knows how. He messes with his ears. He doesn't actually hit him. He doesn't punch him or kick him. He pushes him to the ground, but that's like the most violent thing he does. But he messes with his ears. He taps his forehead. Like, how do you like your forehead? Your forehead is gonna be so sore. And then he tickles his lips, which is really weird. But again, it's a really funny moment, but it's also a really cool character moment for him because he's finally standing up to his brother who's been bullying him for the entire movie. So it has both those going for this moment. So I had to put it on the list. Number 2 is Clark goes on rides at the park from the original Vacation. Best moment in that movie. This is when he finally goes crazy. He buys a gun. It's only a BB gun. But he takes control of an officer and then has them go on rides. And so he's just completely had it. Everything has gone wrong. But now he's taking charge. He's going to go on the rides by force. And it's just hilarious because it seems like he's not even really enjoying the rides because he just has to have the gun to the officer on every single ride. And he doesn't even look happy, so that's just hilarious. So, a really funny moment in the franchise. But my number one favorite moment in the Vacation franchise is the fight from Vacation 2015. This is when they're finally going to take no more crap, the entire family is. Literally and figuratively, if you've seen the movie. And they're going to fight this other family for the ride, for the seats on the ride. And so somebody spits, somebody punches, James scratches the girl on the other family. And then Kevin puts a bag over like the father's head. And so it's just hilarious. You get to see everyone's weird quirks in this one fight. And it's hilarious, and they finally took charge, and they got to go on the Velociraptor. So the fight from Vacation 2015 comes out as my number 1 favorite Vacation franchise moment. Thanks for watching.